Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the air signs Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and their twin flame connection. Twins, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and official TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Twins, I hope that you're doing well. There's a little bit of commotion and yelling outside, but I have to get on with these readings, so I was gonna wait, and I'm like, you know what? I feel like it's a part of the reading somehow, that there's this distraction or disruption. So I don't take anything for granted when I read or during the space of the readings. So, but I just wanted to let you know that in advance. If you're here just looking for a channeled message, then welcome. If you are here and you're unsure of what a twin flame connection is, I've included the link to Gabi Kovalenko's full-length explanation on the twin flame journey in the description box below. She does such a beautiful job and a very comprehensive job of explaining the journey, so I wanted to include that as well. But in a nutshell, the twin flame journey is all about two people who share the same energetic soul. So it's like one soul in two bodies. And I feel as though my words are coming out strangely right now. I don't know if your person is from another country or you're from another country, but I feel as though my words, some of my words feel like they have an accent to it, and I have a kind of standard American accent, I think, so I've been told. So that was just kind of weird, so I just wanted to mention that. There's usually a runner and chaser dynamic, thank you, Spirit, between the twins, where after they meet and have this very intense connection, they become overwhelmed, especially the runner becomes overwhelmed by the connection, and then they go into separation, which can be a very harrowing, difficult process to be separated from your twin. There's this longing, there's this yearning, but also this fear. Your twin, both the twins trigger fears in each other. So during the separation period, it's believed, and it was definitely this for me, that twins go through their spiritual awakening in that separation and learn how to love themselves and be with themselves, learn about their spiritual gifts and their spiritual calling in order to raise the vibration of humanity. That's why twins are here. And be able to connect to their twin on a spiritual level as well as a physical one. Because the physical one is not always necessary. The physical one is not always guaranteed. But the spiritual one is ever present all the time. So you could have been seeing your twin in dreams. If you have a dream about your twin, they're dreaming about you too. But you could also be visiting them in astral. When you astral project, you'll know your twin's energy. So I do these readings to help twins. I am a twin in separation, and you know, I've been telling the other signs that I'm not sure if I'll ever speak to my twin again. I don't know if that's in the cards for us. I wish that it was, but it's not up to me anymore because I'm putting in the work and he has to as well, right? But when we put the work into ourselves, wonderful things can happen. Wonderful things. You exceed your expectations for yourself. So I'm going to be using 3 decks for your reading today. The overall energy from the Wild Unknown Archetypes, the base spread with the archetype cards from Carolyn Miss, and the clarifiers from the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. Cards have been pre-shuffled. I'm going to take the overall energy. See what Spirit has for you. Wait, they're coming out in big clumps. Whoa, big clumps. One card, Spirit, please. One card. Thank you. My goodness. You know what's insane? So I shuffle these decks endlessly before the reading starts and then while the reading is happening. But for some reason, between the last reading I did, which was the Earth signs, which was only a few minutes ago, I decided I really wanted to look at all the cards again because I felt like there was some cards that I had never pulled in the years that I've been reading tarot that never came out. And I use this deck fairly often. And I was like, oh, the Sustainer. I don't think I've ever pulled that card before. I don't think that's ever shown up. At least I can't remember. Or maybe it's shown up once, maybe twice, maybe. And here it is. You know, I focused in on this card, and it's because Spirit focused me, right? It's always about Spirit. Number 24, which corresponds to number 6, the Lover's card of the Major Arcana, Gemini energy. Gemini, you showed up in your own reading. This, to me, looks like kind of clay that's being molded and shaped and perfected is the word I wanted to use. Perfected. Interesting. The Sustainer, that kind of reminds me of, actually, of something my twin once said to me, which was, you know, when we were first dating, he was saying things like, you know, because he has kids from a previous marriage, and he was saying that he was like the breadwinner, and he was the provider, and he was the rainmaker. And I remember him saying that specifically, that there was a lot of pressure on him because he had to be all those things. And I don't know why, but Spirit wanted me to bring that up because the Sustainer, that word reminds me of the rainmaker, right? Somebody having to bring in the prosperity, having to make it happen, make it rain. So there's something to that. But with these kind of, see how they're dual star energy? Feels like you and your twin. And then in the middle here, trying to create something beautiful. But the Sustainer also kind of elicits the idea of the status quo. And now Spirit is showing me the Two of Pentacles. Just kind of juggling, just kind of doing this. You know, we're throwing the balls up in the air and things are going at a good pace. We're not putting anything down. We're not doing anything spectacular. We're just sustaining. We're just keeping the momentum going. And I feel as though something needs to jumpstart this connection. It feels a little stale in terms of its energy. It feels a little stagnant. I don't want to use the word stale. I take that back. Stagnant. So I'm going to get 3 cards for the base spread from the Archetypes deck. Oh my goodness. First set of cards will be your energy. The second set will be your twins. The third will be the connection. Feel free to flip the energies between you and your twin, as twins often mirror one another. One more. Thank you, Spirit. Let's slid right out. Okay, wow. Okay. Well, there's a little bit of strife here. My twin is a Gemini, so he's an air sign. For your energy, air signs, you got femme fatale. The light attributes highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when when your dependency is rejected. And the shadow attributes: inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. Attachment to money and power. So, okay, Spirit, there's a sense within your energy right now that you are a little coy. I see that energy is, she's hiding her face a little bit. Back is completely turned. She's coy. She's like, let's keep things guessing. Let's keep people guessing. I'm not going to show all my cards. I'm not going to reveal all my secrets. But yet, the energy that I put forth is going to be intoxicating, alluring. It makes total sense with what came out to clarify it. Number 2, the sacral chakra. This is the chakra that is all about the sensual, the sexual, the passionate. It's this chakra right above the root. So whoever I'm reading for is really, I want to say, channeling their seductive powers. What you're channeling it for, I'm not sure. I don't know that you're doing it for the benefit of your connection. I don't see that at this time. I see that as something that is personally motivated, that you are perhaps trying to get ahead in life, and you're kind of exhausting all your resources, and one of those resources is your seduction game. And it doesn't have to be in any way kind of physical. It can be through your writing, through your words, through your art, that you're just like tapping into. We should be tapping into all of our chakras, right? But you're tapping specifically into this one. It's all about the creative center. So you could just be like really expressing yourself creatively. It could be really important to you at this time. Let me get a clarifier. What is this about? What are we creating? That's bizarre. You know why it's bizarre? I picked up the wrong deck. I wanted to pick up the Psychic Tarot, and I picked up the archetypes, and what fell out? Don Juan. That was not a mistake. I mean, it was a mistake on my part, but Spirit doesn't make mistakes. I went for the deck that Spirit wanted me to go for, and the card that came out could not have been more complementary to the card that was on the table. Don Juan and Femme Fatale, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So it kind of tells me that you're literally stepping into this equilibrium within yourself of this kind of sacral power. It's really, really heightened at this time. Like there's no doubt about it. Let me read. So the light attribute of Don Juan spotlights your seductive qualities. The shadow attribute, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. Well, we want to be careful with this. Karma is a real thing, right? Like whatever your agenda is, make sure that is on up and up. Just karmically speaking, we want to make sure that we are using our powers for good, right? We are twins after all, and twins need to elevate. Now I'm pulling a card of clarifier from the Psychic Tarot. Oops. Yeah, okay. Number 6, the Lover's card. Again, Gemini energy. Gemini, you showed up in your own reading again. Harmony. Okay. Yeah. And the Spirit is confirming it to me. Like, no. Maybe for the first time you are realizing, this is another aspect of this, that you have these seductive qualities, that you're kind of gaining confidence in these areas where you might not have had that before. Right? There's some people that, thank you, Spirit, there's some people that come out of the gate like with like an ego, a healthy ego, and like attractiveness and that kind of thing. And then there's some people they go their whole lives and they don't realize how beautiful and attractive they are because they don't feel it for themselves. So Spirit is kind of, with this card, it's crazy, with this card I thee wed, Spirit just wanted to say. With this card, Spirit confirms for me, one, we're also tapping into the heart chakra, which is really beautiful, and two, that it is simply the air signs energy that they are stepping into their own sensuality, sexuality, passion state like they never have before. So it's not that you're going out trying to seduce everybody on the block. It's that you're embracing these beautiful sides of yourself that you might not have tapped into before. So very good. The Harmony card came and saved the day, but it's really beautiful. So good for you, because I remember when that happened to me too. It's like you just, I don't know, maybe you guys don't deal with these things, but I deal with self-confidence issues, and there have been many times where I just feel like I'm, you know, totally unlovable and gross, and like that's not true. And I mean, like, we don't appeal to everybody, we appeal to somebody. So you could be really embracing this side of yourself right now, so that's really beautiful. We were on the fence though for a minute, but Spirit brought it back. So for your person, for your twin, they got storyteller. Ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. That's the light attribute. The shadow attribute, making up tales that harm others. Storyteller. This is your twins energy, and then it's clarified by the number 5 card, which I believe this one corresponds to the 5 of Pentacles or the 5 of Cups, emotional loss. I want to point this out here too. See how the heart chakra is focused on there? In this one, it's orange. Feels like it's the sacral. Almost as if there's some kind of lament or regret that your twin has over something that they told you that might not have been true. And that story might have been that they didn't feel as strong of feelings for you as they actually did. And that's kind of exactly what I'm feeling. Like, they didn't admit to you how much they were attracted to you, how much they loved you, that love is literally exponential and endless. Whenever I see the nautilus shell, right, we think of the golden ratio, that it's cosmic, but they feel left out. 5 of Pentacles is being left out in the cold. And I think that there's a part of them that's kind of trying to justify it through a story that they might be telling themselves. Or, you know, it doesn't have to be in any way kind of, maybe it's not about misleading, maybe it's about trying to rewrite a narrative for themselves where they don't feel this way anymore. Trying to rewrite the story for themselves where they can have a different perspective on the world. Because I see these musical notes coming out of her head. It's kind of like trying to change the frequency, trying to change the vibration. This is for air signs twin. Ooh, oh. Number 9, spiritual strength. So the number 9 can correspond to the Hermit card. It can also correspond to the 9 of Wands, which is the card of tenaciousness, the wounded warrior, but I do see it as more Hermit energy, kind of retreating within, reflecting a lot on this heart connection. It's green, green, and green. Looking at the heart chakra, what's stored within, stories that they're telling themselves. I think they're trying to turn things around, though. Because I feel like your twin might have been in victim mode a little bit. Like they might have been telling themselves that no one ever loves me, that kind of victim mode. When you were completely trying to, still trying perhaps. I don't know if you're the runner or the chaser, I cannot tell. But I do know that I feel as though you're taking bolder steps in, thank you, Spirit, yes, you're kind of outpacing your twin in terms of your spiritual advancement. Like you're taking bolder leaps of faith than they are. And probably because they're still going through their dark night of the soul, which is great, it's fine. But they're still trying to figure it out. And right now they're kind of in victim mentality. For the connection, both of you are kind of isolated. It's the Hermit card in this deck, which is the light attributes: seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. And the shadow attributes: withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. I don't read this for either of your energies, but look at how this person is like in this house, but the house is like so confining. It's so confining. But I feel as though at least, because look, even with this, look at how confining it is. It's almost like this entity is trying to keep the roof from caving in, right? But for you, it's like you're out here kind of being coy and dancing and kind of radiating this golden light. Just for the record, though, I do want to say we want our twin to be happy. We want our twin to be in a high vibration, because if they're in a high vibration, we're in a high vibration. Otherwise, we're just fooling ourselves. That's the twin flame journey. That's part of it. Eventually, we get back to mirroring. And if you're not careful, you could slip into this right along with them energetically. And we want to avoid that. So we pray and meditate and center ourselves so that we're centered in our connection, because we're connected to them whether we want to be or not. That's the twin flame way, you know. That's why it can be so difficult, because it's like you're vibing high and your twin's like Mopey McGee over there, and you're just like, dude, you're dragging me down, right? We want to raise each other up, even if it's just in energy. And the card to clarify the Hermit for the connection is obstacles and challenges, number 5. Again, that's 2 5s in this reading. This reminds me of that bridge in the movie Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. That bridge in that scene was all about, sorry for the focus, it's all about taking a leap of faith. It's all about the leap of faith. Can we cross that? Can we traverse that path? That broken path, can we mend it again, or can we make our way across? Can we bridge the gap between ourselves and our twin? Can we get a clarifier for the connection, please, Spirit? Number 1, passion ignited. Passion ignited. One can correspond to, this one can correspond to the Ace of Wands. Passion ignited. A lot of sacral energy happening in this reading. Very hot and heavy twin flame connection. Yes, we can traverse it. Yes, we can make it through. We still, that fire still burns in this connection. It's burning in you, or whoever relates to this side, much brighter though than in your twin. It's neither a good nor bad thing. It's just what I see in the cards. So I'm going to read from the book number 24, The Sustainer. This is from Spirit. The peacemaker, the upholder, the preserver. The sustainer, the second archetype in the trio of existence, works behind the scenes, tending to the tasks of life. They cultivate gardens, pay bills, keep the meals warm and the mouths sweetly fed. The sustainer is at peace in the process of life, knowing there is no start or finish to humble yet meaningful tasks. They have a natural inclination to nourish others, to achieve, to preserve Earth's resources, to consider environmental impact, to see their role in the divine cycle of life. It's common for the sustainer to become overworked, leading to resentment. Their tasks aren't glamorous, and therefore the sustainer rarely receives the credit or attention. The sustainer longs to hold things in place so badly, especially relationships, that they resist necessary change. Take time with this archetype. It is within us all and needs our love. That's your reading, air signs. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, twins.